decriminalize the crime scene, deconstructs everything you see, undo these awful deeds. I've got all the tools I need. I shoot him twice in the neck, but it's not over yet. See the fear in his eyes. This is my design. Miss Marlowe drops with a thud, spraying the walls with her blood. She'll die completely paralyzed. Yes, this is my design. Everyone has thought about it, but no one wants to talk about it. Murder's part of being alive. By your hands or by the hands of God, you've thought of taking someone's life. Tell me, what is your design? Now, think about killing Miss Marlowe. Why did she deserve this? Tell me who you are. Tell me your design.
Look, we have a better chance of catching this guy if you're in the saddle.
I'm in the saddle, just confused which direction I'm pointing. I don't know this kind of psychopath. Never read about him. I don't even know if he's a psychopath. He's not insensitive. He's not shallow.
You can tell something about him or you wouldn't have said this was an apology. What's he apologizing for?
Couldn't honor her. He feels bad.
Feeling bad defeats the purpose of being a psychopath, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Then what kind of crazy is he?
He felt bad because he did it, put the corpse back where he killed it. Whatever kind of crazy that is.
You think he loves these girls?
No, he loves one of them. The other simply by association.
So what you're saying is, this man is sensitive.
He's got no time to lose, he's going to kill again.
But he's going to get caught.
One way or another.
We need just one more clue.
There's more secrets to uncover.
He's covering his
But
tracks.
it takes 2 days to do it.
Not long till next
I
attack.
swear to God we'll find him, but I don't know what's wrong with this guy's head. These girls are candy bars and he is Willy Wonka.
Then surely one of them's a golden ticket.
She wouldn't be the first, but she wouldn't be the last. He's trying to hide just how special she is.
You make jumps you can't explain.
The evidence explains it.
Well, here's an idea. Why don't you help me find someone?
You've got Heimlich and Bloom.
But they don't think like you.
Well, then, goddammit, won't you please just see this through?
Fine, I'll go, but then you leave me alone.
Looks like the other girls.
She fits the profile.
Oh, please just tell me that our darling is alive.
You think he took her here?
Yes, I'm certain of it.
Show us your daughter's
You can
room.
hold the cat if it's easy.
We've been in and out all day. The police were here this morning.
Don't know what to say except she's in here decomposing.
All right, everybody leave the room. We're gonna let Will do his thing. That means you too, Beverly.
I put my knee on her chest and I strangle her neck. Tries to scream but she can't. This is my design. Tasteless.
Do you have trouble with taste?
My thoughts are often not tasty.
Nor mine. No effective barriers.
I build forts all around me, cinder blocks 40 feet high. If you try to break them down, you will be sorry.
A professional builder, such as you wouldn't forget. Bricks and mortar needs to set. I'll sneak in while it's still wet.
When the cat met the mouse, he admitted he had his doubts. But the words from out his mouth raised an alarm that was so loud.
Why don't you look me in the eye?
They're too distracting, that's why I try to lower my gaze when you walk by.
'Cause you have too much on your mind. Everything you see and learn stays with you, makes your stomach churn. You can't discern your own thoughts from what you call design.
When the mouse met the cat, made him feel more like a rat. A test subject in a lab, a dead body on the slab.
Whose profile are you working on? Whose profile is he working on?
I'm sorry, Will. Observing is what we do. I can't shut mine off any more than you can shut yours off.
Please, don't psychoanalyze me. You won't like me when I'm psychoanalyzed. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to go give a lecture on psychoanalyzing. I feel like I'm dreaming. I hear this girl screaming. Her eyes were still gleaming when I cut out her lungs. Tears were streaming.
The Minnesota Shrike, that's what they call him, rips out their organs and later he eats them. Impales mice and lizards and branches and wire. Who knew this small creature would inspire? Can't tell is it sloppy or screwed.
I would say it's just plain rude. He's mocking her, or he's mocking us. This is not the same killer, there is no love. Our killer loves women, he wants to consume them. This killer thinks she was a pig. He'll never kill like this again. Our cannibal has a cabin, a place to do the killing. He has no interest in this field kabuki. He has a daughter, same age, same height, same weight. He can't stand the thought of her going away. She's the golden ticket, the needle in the hay. He wants to eat her and still have his cake.
What about the copycat?
An intelligent psychopath, particularly a sadist, is hard to catch. Have Dr. Lecter work up a psychological profile. You seem to be very impressed with his opinion.
And what are we looking for?
At this stage, anything really, but mostly anything peculiar.
2 fellas from the FBI. They're going through drawers now. Putting papers in file boxes. Yes, they're taking things. No, they didn't say... Yes, they can. What did you say your names were?
Garrett Jacob Hobbs.
Oh, that's one of our pipe threaders. Those are all the resignation letters.
Did Mr. Hobbs have a daughter?
Might have.
18 or 19, wind-chafed, plain but pretty. She would have auburn hair, about this tall.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't keep company with these people.
What is it about Garrett Jacob Hobbs you find so peculiar?
Left a phone number, no address.
Therefore, he has something to hide.
Everyone else left an address.
Hello? Just a second. Dad, it's for you.
Who is it?
Caller ID said it was blocked.
Huh. Hello?
Mr. Hobbs, listen closely. I'm calling you out of courtesy. Do not ask who is speaking. Simply heed my warning. They know.
Garrett Jacob Hobbs, FBI!
You take just one more step. I swear I'll cut her neck.
You are under arrest. It's in your best interest to step away from the girl and drop the knife.
This man is dangerous. Will, are you trained for this?
Shut up! I'll give you one more chance to show me both your hands. No! 1 for Olsen, 2 for Sorensen, 3 for Latmer, 4 for Cohen, 5 for Wynn, 6 for Anderson, 7 for Woodward, 8 for Nichols, 9 for Louise, and 10 for Abigail. Please, don't die on me. I know it's hard to breathe, but please, just stay with me. Thank you. Please stop that. This is how I caught Garrett Jacob Hobbs. It's his resignation letter. Anybody see the clue? There isn't one. He wrote a letter, left his phone number, but no address. That's it. Bad bookkeeping and dumb luck.
The Shrike's Nest, first on the scene, hot off the press like you've never seen. No bones unpicked, you know what I mean. I can show you things all kinds of obscene. I'm the best reporter in town, just trust me, you don't have to ask around. But if you do, make sure they remember the sound of my name. It's Freddie Lowndes. The moment I snap the picture, you are mine. Don't think you can get away, 'cause I will settle on your crimes. You're sad that I got you fired, get in line. It was your time to go, maybe this is a sign. Love me, hate me, make up your mind. Forget about me, let's talk about that guy. Will Graham, I am onto you. This article is way overdue. Takes one to know one, as they always say. You're the talk of the town today. The moment I snap the picture, you are mine. Don't think you can get away, 'cause I will settle on your crimes. This just in, psychopaths in the FBI trying to catch killers with this demented mind. One day he'll snap, it's just a matter of time. Wanna have Freddie Lowndes on your side, 'cause if you don't, be sure that I will tattle on your crimes.
I see him on the targets at the shooting range. I see him everywhere, it feels so strange. I see him in an empty grave. When I look in the mirror, it's his face. I see him in the lecture hall. I see him in the shadows on the wall. I see him when the rain starts to fall. But when I'm looking for answers, I don't see him at all. I don't see him as my victim, I just see him dead and gone. Just a casualty of his own crimes, that's what I killed him for. I see him when I lie awake at night. I see him every time I close my eyes. I see him lying next to me in bed. This hallucination's messing with my head. I don't see him as my victim, I just see him dead and gone. But he's tapping on my stars, and he won't leave me alone.
Abigail, how do you feel coming back home?
Alone.
Why do you say that?
This house is not a home when I walk the halls alone. The walls are made of stone and the air is dry and cold. My prison is this house. I scream, it makes no sound. The silence is so loud, there is no warmth to be found.
You do this all the time? Go places and think about killing?
Too often.
So you pretended to be my dad?
And people like your dad.
What did that feel like, to be him?
He's like a shadow suspended on dust. He's like a phantom, his soul black and corrupt.
You think you knew him?
I tried, I still try.
Even after you had killed him.
Maybe that's the reason why.
No wonder you have nightmares. You're not gonna find any of those girls, you know?
Why do you say that?
He'd honor every part of her, no bone would go to waste. He'd grind it down to chalk, then he'd stir it to a paste. Otherwise, it was murder.
Does it hurt?
Sometimes
I thought it was fake on TV, but then I heard the shots and saw the pictures everyone at school has seen. The family that prays together stays together, that's what they say. They all think you did it, but I don't feel that way.
I do.
This is private property.
You were the bait. Is that how it worked? Lure him back to Daddy for dinner? How'd you trap my sister? Chat her up? Say things girls say?
Piss off.
You helped Dad cut my sister's lungs out while she was still using them?
Who was that?
Somebody's brother.
Marissa, come home!
Stop being such a bitch. See you later.
Bye.
He's gone. You've never seen him before?
No. Have you?
We should report this, yes?
Yes. No one else ever came up here with your dad except you?
No. Before he cut my throat, he told me he killed those girls so he wouldn't have to kill me.
You're not responsible for anything your father did, Abigail.
If he would have just killed me, none of those girls would be dead.
I need ERT at the Hobbs cabin.
When this girl was murdered, where was Hobbs?
She was in her hotel room the last I saw.
And where were you?
In bed.
So take back what you said. You don't know if she was in the room, where she was, or with whom.
We believe Nicholas killed his own sister, as well as the girl in the cabin.
With or without Abigail.
He did it himself, without a doubt, but he'll lie through his teeth when you find him.
Did she know Cassie or Nicholas?
No.
How can you be so sure of this? You've been wrong before. Why should I trust you now?
I swear that I'll prove it somehow. Whoever killed Cassie killed this girl. Same design, from the same mind. The wounds are identical, the motive the same. He stripped her and mounted her to humiliate.
Abigail Hobbs isn't a killer, but she could be the target of one.
Abigail Hobbs needs to get out of here. Pack up her things and prepare to leave. Not you, Will. You're staying with me.
This house is not a home. These things are not my own. They're tainted by my father's crimes. They tell the story of my life.
I'm not gonna hurt you, I swear. I just needed someone to talk to. I didn't kill that girl, I swear. I didn't do it. I didn't...
Abigail? Abigail.
She'll be all right. Show me what happened.
He was going to kill me.
Oh, really? Was he?
This isn't self-defense, this is pure butchery. They're going to assume you're a killer when they see.
What can I do, Hannibal? Please help me.
We could argue your case, or we could hide the body. At night I leave my little house, walk across the fields and look back. The lights I leave on there allows me to see a boat out at sea. Far from the shores that would breach the whole structure of your mind. But dark waters are in reach that makes sanity hard to find. My mind is already broken. A grotesque but useful pattern, like a chair made of antlers. Tell me, did he speak to you with noise and clarity? You could sense his madness there, a bloodhound sniffing the stale air. I tried so hard to know him well, see past reports that try to sell.
How did you feel seeing Marissa Schurr impaled in his antler room?
Guilty,
Because you couldn't save her.
because I felt like I killed her. My mind is already broken. A grotesque but useful pattern, like a chair made of antlers. Tell me, did he speak to you? Like he's living in my head. A lipless voice accusing you. So close we were no longer two. Even after he was dead, more so after his blood was spread. My mind is already broken. A grotesque but useful pattern, like a chair made of antlers. Tell me, did he speak to you?
like you were becoming him.
I know who I am. I'm not Garrett Jacob Hobbs, Dr. Lecter. But I don't think I should see Abigail anymore. Not for a while.
He got too close, he got hurt. Will he be able to revert? Or will he be left inert after he got too close to intimate?
I don't know how much longer I can take it.
You don't know how much longer you can take it. Soon you'll be useless, a shaking pile of stress.
You might as well retire me, I'm a mess.
You've solved every case I've assigned to you. It's hard to see this from your point of view. The last 3 we had, you caught just like that. You were doing just fine when you look at the facts.
It's getting harder and harder to make myself look. If there was one more today, I don't think I could.
No one's asking you to look alone.
But I am, and you know what that does. And it's not just this one, it's the last and the next. It's the one that I know is coming after that.
You're saving lives and you're paying a price, but it's better than reading on subtle crime.
That may just be what I have to do. This is bad for me, and you know it too.
I'm not the Pope, I can't tell you what to...
No, that's exactly what you're going to do.
You can go back to your classroom and watch from the sidelines, but you will realize soon that people are dying because of you. If you leave, you'll surely regret it. Don't come crawling, I won't let you in. Every murder you could have prevented builds up in your guilty conscience. But if you stay, you'll be a hero, the greatest profiler we know. Think of all the people who have lived because of you. If you want to quit, quit.
The Chesapeake Ripper murders in Sounders of 3. A sounder refers to a small group of pigs, keep that in mind. He killed his first victims in the span of 9 days, Annapolis, Essex, and Baltimore. He didn't kill again for 18 months. And then what's next? 3 more wind up dead. His crimes are in people's heads, leave them drowning in dread. This time they're all in Baltimore, so he's settling a score. Treats his victims how he sees them, bunch of pigs in the pen. Not people, not prey, not even innocent men. Elegant with execution, makes death look Renaissance. Everyone has thought about it, but no one knows a thing about it. The Chesapeake Ripper walks free, about time he had another spree. Unfortunate 8th killed with every tool within reach. He's nailed to the pegboard, blood dripping beneath. A cruel mockery, he must have been rude. His death display was crude. Take a second look, there's trophies that he took. A distinct brutality. When the Chesapeake Ripper rips, he shows no mercy. The removal of organs among abdominal mutilations. This had to have been done by someone with surgical or anatomical knowledge. Months pass, ain't already dead. In walks Miriam Lass. An FBI trainee, Miriam Lass, was investigating private medical records of all the known victims when she disappeared. She is believed to be the Ripper's 9th, but not a trace of her was found. Here we are today, wrapped up in his design, strung up in the Ripper's cobweb like flies, leaves us pieces of bait. We're a school of fish and he's got us speared. You should be scared. Just recently, news discovered Freddie Lowndes on the scene, a sight to behold so obscene. Miriam Lass was no longer 6 feet under. 2 years later, her severed arm was discovered, but only because he wanted it to be. It's all part of his show. We're sitting in the front row. He decorates the theater. Carnage strewn across the stage. His composing hands turn the page. This is it, he performs again. Sound off now, he'll kill with grace, without a face, give us a show. The nature of his crimes hidden between the lines, invisible to the naked eye. Everyone has thought about it, but no one knows a thing about it. The Chesapeake Ripper walks free. About time he had another spree. This is his design.
An unassuming day. It always starts that way. He lurched out of nowhere, aiming to kill. A line drawn in sand, watching or participating. Easy to violate, easy to cross. He got choking on his tongue and then she saw. If you had been me, you'd have done the same. It was only rational, he was to blame. I acted in self-defense, instinct saved my life. Believe me.
That wasn't reckless violence. That was a controlled use of force.
I know what happened here.
Do you?
He was your patient before he was mine, Hannibal.
He died under your care. I can help tell the version of events you want to be told. I can help you, if you ask me to.
Will you help me?
Self-defense it was, an unstable patient. What we did was right, that's what fits the narration. I believe you.
Time has come by since then. I've long retired. Save for one final patient, a deal to uphold. A means to an end. I see more than there is hiding in plain sight. There is more to him, a bizarre light glinting in his eyes, glint on steel. He has me in a reel. Wound me up as he's holding Will Graham. They say keep your friends close and enemies closer. I fear his obsession will take over, and it'll be me who'll be damned. You sat in my seat, found yourself an eager spouse to the bloodthirsty cat as he catches his mouse. I act in self-preservation, stowing the fire. Believe me. I'm not a liar. This always goes better if I'm perfectly honest with you.
What would be the point otherwise?
Well, one of us has to be honest.
I'm honest.
Not perfectly.
As honest as anyone.
Not really. I have conversations with a version of you and hope the actual you gets what he needs.
A version of me which you perceive me to be. What do you see?
You're wearing a person suit.
A Randall Tier person suit.
Hiding by morals, coveting under the guise of humanity. Orchestrating your show brilliantly, making me play a part.
To part, you play your part, I'll play mine.
Wrapped in his desire,
I'll pour us some wine. Now don't you see, you'd have done the same. It was only rational, he was to blame. I will uphold my decree and keep my life. Believe me, I will not end up Bluebeard's wife.
You're lovely,
I'm an anomaly.
but we can't do this. It wouldn't be right.
Stop thinking, Alana, just
You're
for
unstable,
tonight.
Will.
I'm unstable, I know.
We aren't compatible.
Too unstable, I know. The way I am and the way you are. Whatever this is wouldn't make it far. You have a professional curiosity.
I have a professional curiosity.
I'm not your patient.
If I were my patient,
You tell her.
maybe I should go.
Alana.
The raccoons in your chimney and the monsters in your mind. You can sort them out, just give it time.
How can I confront them if they're not really there? I'm losing grip on reality. This isn't fair. I see them everywhere, clawing at the bricks of my chimney, breaking down my door. I don't want to be haunted anymore. Under my bed, all in my head, there's a stag in the yard. In his antlers, I'm bored. I kissed Alana Bloom.
Come in. Tell me, what was Alana's reaction?
Said I wouldn't be good for her and she wouldn't be good for me.
I don't disagree. After all, she has a curiosity.
Which I'd resent her for.
This is the matter that brought you to my door. Don't blame me then for wondering why you felt compelled to drive an hour in the snow to tell me about it.
I've wanted to kiss her since I met her.
You've waited a long time, suggest there's more your actions hide behind.
Just before she showed up, noises in my chimney woke me up. They roused me from my dreams, and they sounded just like screams. I broke through the wall to get whatever it was, possibly a raccoon now. Didn't find anything inside. Alana showed up. She looked at me, maybe her face changed, I don't know. She knew.
What did she know, Will?
There was no animal in the chimney, it was only in my mind. I can work this out, it just takes time.
She said that.
She didn't have to. I already knew. I lay awake, counting sheep. Most nights I walk in my sleep. Come morning, there's dirt on my hands. I don't understand. My ears always ring, I'm hearing things. They never stop, make my head start to throb. Headaches day to day, I'm unstable, don't you say?
You feel like a shadow suspended on dust. Why you kissed her wasn't out of lust. No, you needed solace, was a clutch for balance.
Cause I'm losing mine, I'm losing sanity, losing time.
You said it yourself, Will, what you do is not good for you. You must understand we worry where your mind goes, what you'll do.
Fortunately, I fit the job. I managed to kill Garrett Jacob Hobbs.
Are you still hearing the killer's serenade behind your eyes?
It's our song.
Every day I wake up and I hear my dad's voice, like he was kneeling next to my bed. I hear him whisper what he told me. He told me he killed girls again and again so he wouldn't have to kill me. I wish he was still alive so I could ask him, what did I make him feel? What was so wrong with me that he wanted to kill?
He should have killed you.
So he wouldn't have killed me.
so he wouldn't have killed me. So he wouldn't have killed me. Wandered every part of me. Took away my life. Keep it all and worth it.
but you helped him kill them. And when it all boiled down, you killed me.
It was a dream. I didn't know what to do. I just did what he told me. Why is it then that I feel so guilty? All I see is the kitchen floor, my open wound, blood everywhere. I shouldn't have survived. I was raised into a grave. My future is shattered. I am not the same. My home isn't mine, I leave a trail littered with crime. All I see is the kitchen floor, the deer antlers and the cabin. Girls with blue eyes and dark hair, dead girls here and dead girls there. I wish it were all a dream.
How did I get here?
Safe to assume that you drove.
That I was on the beach, closed my eyes, and then suddenly I awoke in your waiting room, fearful and confused. I thought I was losing my mind.
It's your brain's defense against repeated abuse. You dissociated, you lost time.
I'm not abused.
You have an empathy disorder. What you feel is overwhelming you, yet you choose to ignore it.
Do you want me to quit?
It's up to you to choose. Jack gave you the chance and you didn't take it.
Because of all the lives I knew I was saving,
I'm worried about you.
I'm worried about me too.
You empathize so completely with these killers, Jack Crawford, as your mind wrapped around, that you lose yourself to them. What if you lose time and hurt yourself for someone else? I don't want you to wake up and see a totem of your own making.
I'm sorry about yesterday, I wasn't myself.
That's the nature of what you do. Is there something we need to talk about?
No, I just got a little lost. I thought it was more obvious.
If there's a problem, I need to know.
No, I'm totally conscious.
Poor Will Graham is losing his mind, losing himself and losing time. Stability is fading fast. Now we wait for the inevitable crash.
Joel Summers, killed by a single stab to the heart, presented with great ostentation atop a display of all the previous victims. This killer's design was to never be discovered, a ghost. That is what excited him. Until now. Why is he coming into the light?
Will, I don't want to interrupt if you're rehearsing.
No, it's okay.
Very moody in here.
That's me all over. Come on in. I promise I won't try to kiss you again unless you stopped taking your own advice.
A doctor who treats herself as a fool for a patient. I regret leaving your house that night. I have feelings for you, yes, that's true, but I don't want to have an affair with you.
Is it because of curiosity?
No, it's because you concern me. I think you're unstable.
And you would be right. I'm losing my mind, losing time.
You thought that this classroom was folded in you. Don't answer that. You don't have to lie. I can't be what I want to be for you, but I am here.
Totem poles commemorate special events. This one tells a story, the killer's life. The top with Summers, the finale. Down below with Marshall, the start is to tell a part of his design.
At the beginning, at the bottom, Fletcher Marshall was murdered. His grave was robbed 5 days ago.
No one convicted of killing him?
Not that we know of, at least not yet. Our killer got away with it.
So we kept on going.
Examine and extrapolate. Take note and pay attention. There will be a connection between Joel Summers and Fletcher Marshall.
Will, we need you out here. The body of Nick Boyle turned up hidden in the woods, sniffing frozen. Now we start. It's hard to tell when he died, this week or 6 weeks ago.
Or the night he disappeared into thin air.
Digging up Nick Boyle, truth will rise above water like oil past the lights. I want Abigail Hobbs to identify it.
That's not necessary. You already have a positive ID.
You can't put her in a room with his body. She already has nightmares about him daily.
I'm curious why.
You can't seriously think she had anything to do with this.
She is the common denominator between her father, Marissa Schurr, and Nick Boyle. My instincts say she's got answers we haven't heard.
What are the questions?
Where does she go when she climbs the walls of the psychiatric facility? Who could she be meeting? And how far did her father pass on his ability?
I'm going on the record saying this is a very bad idea.
Jack has no interest in opinions other than his
Coming
own.
with her, I want to be there.
No, Will. I don't trust your objectivity when it comes to Abigail Hobbs.
He could do irreparable damage. She's a kid, not his to
Have
manage.
faith in her, she's more than her fear. Perhaps Abigail is stronger than you think.
Miss Hobbs, please take a look at this man. Was it him who attacked you in your home?
On that slab he lies cold. On my knife his blood was warm. Yes, sir, that's him.
Have you seen him since the night he attacked
In every
you?
dark room in my reflection, could you cover him up?
I need you to answer the
these
questions.
No, not since he attacked me.
Gutted with a hunting knife, same brand as your father's. Abigail,
not my
like father,
father's
like
I
daughter.
won't be party to this. Abigail is innocent. Your search for answers is hurting my patient.
Then leave. You were invited on courtesy, Dr. Bloom. Please don't interrupt again.
You think I did this?
When you climb those walls, where is it you
In
go?
the city or in the woods, anywhere out and away. Alone where I can breathe before I suffocate.
Did you know Nicholas Boyle? Did your father?
No,
You knew nothing about his death.
I know he tried to kill me. He attacked and then I thought I'd die there after all. I'm lucky I didn't. Dr. Lecter and Dr. Bloom saved my life. Save me from him. Save me from dying.
haven't seen him since.
Only in my nightmares, he's a familiar face.
Digging up mid-war, truth will rise above water like oil past the lies.
My reservations about Abigail do not extend to Hannibal. And when asked, he has no reason to lie. Allow Abigail to heal. It's wise to let the dead rest, or they'll hunt us.
Broken, bloated corpses are a unique comfort. Look for the good in them. Now you and I are safe from that man, that monster. Do
Boyle
you
wasn't
feel like
a monster. I feel like a monster. I feel like my father. Will this ever end? I wanna wake up from this nightmare.
This story is one you cannot share. We
I
opened a door. You can't control what comes through. You have no use being afraid. In fear you'll learn to make do. You betrayed my trust.
I got so tired
You
of
jeopardized
lying.
our
You deserve
lives.
more than
I deserve
that.
more than that. I need to trust you. Digging up mid-boil, truth will rise above water like oil, past the lies.
Abigail Hobbs killed Nick Boyle.
Yes, I know.
Tell me how you know.
The body I helped to dispose. Have you told Jack Crawford?
No.
Why not?
I was hoping it wasn't true.
Everything you know about that night is true. Nicholas attacked and Abigail fought back. Our only crime was self-defense and lies to protect her from the front page of tattle crime. Who knows this girl better than we do? We are her fathers now, me and you. If you go to Jack, you murder her future. We tell no one she gets the life she deserves.
Okay.
Do I need to call my lawyer?
No.
What we're doing here is the right thing, Will. For Abigail.
I feel my nerves clicking like roller coaster cogs, gearing up for the deadly plunge, so slow yet too fast to outrun. Abigail ended Nick like a burst balloon. She took a life,
taken one,
and so have you.
You grieve not for the death, but for the life stolen from you. Untangle yourself from the madness and murder, clear your mind.
It's never been clear.
We know the unreality of taking a life. In that moment, it's not flesh, it's color, air, and light. Secrecy and lies. No one cares till someone dies. Don't talk more than you have to. That's murder, family values.
I feel terrible, Miss Lowndes. Never entered my head you might be a vegetarian. A lapse on my behalf.
Or a subtle way to set the power dynamic for this little soiree. Research always delivers benefits.
And if it contradicts a good story, hell, just publish it anyway.
Still holding that grudge because I called you insane? The libel also clear if you have half a brain.
Insinuation lies within the gray.
Insanity's not black and white, we all are in our own ways. Everyone decides their own version of the truth. I'm here to tell Abigail.
See that you do.
I have nothing to hide.
Well, if you do, that's not what I'll write.
You want to protect her.
She's already exposed. Her silence is guilt and this case isn't closed. This book's about innocence, I want her to have a future. I'm setting the record straight and dispelling all these rumors.
That's what we all want.
Then we aren't so different after all, Mr. Graham.
We all want what's best for Abigail.
Secrecy and lies. No one cares till someone dies. Don't talk more than you have to. That's murder, family values.
Yes, he knows what you did, but he will keep your secret, 'cause God forbid he wouldn't dare ruin your future. He'll tell no one about this murder.
I helped him.
I can't hear you.
I helped him. I knew what my father was. I knew what he did. I knew. I was the one who met the girls, talked to them, laughed and joked. I found out where they lived, where they were going when they'd be alone. Girls who looked like me. They could have been my friends. I couldn't tell them no. I knew it was them or me.
I wondered when you'd say it.
How long have you known?
I always suspected.
I'm a monster.
No, you are a victim. I've seen true monsters. You're not one.
Secrecy and lies.
Secrecy and lies.
Until someone
Until
dies.
someone
Don't talk more
dies.
than you have to.
Don't talk, that's murder, family values.
You must overcome these delusions that are disguising your reality. What savage delusions does this killer have?
It wasn't savage, it was desperate, it was lonely and sad. Like a mirror I looked through and past me. Felt like a stranger, these new behaviors, the smell of blood on my hands.
Well, should I be concerned? These limitations.
You mean insanity? I'm losing track, I'm losing time in my reality. I can't accept that.
What do you accept?
I know what kind of crazy I am. Maybe it's a tumor, I could be having seizures. Maybe it's a blood clot.
But what if it's not? I'll take you to the doctor.
See if there's anything suspicious.
But if there's not, you must accept that this is mental illness.
Family history.
They never told me.
What about accidents, head traumas, or concussions? When did the headaches begin?
2 or 3 months ago.
When he went back into the field when I met him.
Hallucinations.
Can't tell exactly. Slowly became aware I wasn't dreaming.
He goes into the machine, giant nuclear magnet.
It's encephalitis.
Do you know?
I can smell it.
Why don't you say something?
I had to be certain. The symptoms started slow and quickly it worsened. Asked him to draw a clock.
And this is what he saw.
Just as you are, I was shocked.
It's like he drew it in the dark. He's got all the telltales.
Even more that you can't see. It's rare to study the effects of this disease on the psyche.
He's going to get worse.
It's unfortunate, truly.
Do you smell anything on me?
Opportunity.
We didn't find anything abnormal. No vascular malformations, no tumors, no swelling or bleeding, no evidence of stroke. Nothing wrong with you neurologically. Usually when I tell a patient that, they're happy to hear it.
So, what I'm experiencing is psychological?
Brain scans can't diagnose a mental disorder. They can only rule out medical illnesses like a tumor that can cause similar symptoms. We'll do some more tests, take some blood samples, but I imagine they'll be just as inconclusive.
I lurk under the bed.
He does it to his head.
In the shadows lying in wait. Here she comes.
Swings the pendulum.
Walking up to her fate. I pull her down beneath. She goes with a scream. It's been so long since we talked. I'm not crazy, I'm just scared. Can't see a thing, isn't even your face. I miss you, I don't know what to do. I have to tell you that I don't feel alive. Nothing's real, I don't know how to feel. And I'm sorry that means you have to die. One slice at a time. I
wanna tell me what happened in there?
I got lost in recreation.
Get a hold of your imagination. I'm concerned that I've broken you.
Let me go back in. Nobody does this better than I do.
In the shadows he goes, darkness of his mind, leaving no detail behind.
She drowned in her own blood.
Right there on the wood.
This girl was trying to hide.
She went for the bed, but he was already
Well hidden
dead.
and waiting.
He saw her and he dragged
She
her
fought
in.
to claw her way out. Killed her and cared about her too.
This isn't a stranger, it's someone she knew. He cared too much.
Weird way of showing it.
We're looking at boyfriends, ex-boyfriends, co-workers, even a guy who bags the groceries.
I've got one clean set of fingerprints on the knife handle. I'm assuming they're yours.
Sorry.
There's more, but it won't hold up as
Something's wrong with
evidence.
the skin.
Dermal tissue diseased or damaged. The killer was sick, and it shows in the
Shows
prints.
in the prints.
Something is strange. The victim fought back when she was attacked. She scratched all she could, not an ounce of blood.
The killer is human, why the hell doesn't he bleed?
Wait just a sec, take a look at her face. He was trying to pull the skin back.
Like he was removing a mask. It's past midnight.
Way into the night.
Something doesn't feel right.
With his flashlight.
Chills crawling up my back.
Should be home with his pet.
Since I removed your mask.
Since he removed her mask. In the shadows he goes. Darkness of his mind, leaving no detail behind.
No! I can catch her if I'm able. It's 1:17 a.m. We're in Greenwood, Delaware. My name is Will Graham, and you are alive. If you can hear me, you're alive.
I don't feel alive. Will Graham, are you alive?
Well, it's late and I'm freezing. Why not call Jack or the police? Why me?
I called you because I don't know if what I saw was real.
Then let's prove it.
In the shadows they go. In the shadows they find.
I grabbed her arm as she left. A layer of skin from the tissue came off like a glove.
That's the key. Must be why she doesn't bleed.
Don't ask me where it is, though. I saw it, and that's all I know.
Could be an infection. Could be leprosy.
Her eyes were discolored. She looked malnourished. I think her liver's shutting down.
None of this explains why she mutilated a woman's face because she thought it was
a mask. This girl isn't a killer. She's desperate and afraid. She can't see faces. She felt unstable. Her world of unfamiliarity is testing her sanity. She didn't mean to kill. She isn't aware she did it.
I'm not sure that all adds up. Then why did she come back?
To convince herself she didn't.
Is that why you came back?
Failed at his task.
Just so we're clear on that, I know I didn't kill a Beth LeBeau. I just wanna know who did, because she's just a kid.
You should know you're the subject of speculation at the Bureau.
What are they speculating? That
Jack pushed you to the edge,
and now I'm pushing myself over.
You're pushing yourself over.
She can't accept her reality. I find myself feeling the same, but I am ready to resist. Of my mind, I got trapped in my design. I was in wolf trap and suddenly I lost time.
You saw yourself killing her, did you not?
A moment passed, removed her mask without a second thought. I feel like I'm seeing a ghost clinging to me with no intent on letting go.
Is it this killer that's haunting you or yourself?
I guess it's a little of both. We can't accept our realities.
You still have your sanity. She is real and as are you.
Dr. Sutcliffe didn't find anything wrong. What happens in my head still beyond my comprehension.
In the shadows of your mind, your ability to empathize. You're experiencing doubt, but you'll find your way out.
It's a darkness I want to outrun. Tell me you won't publish anything about me.
Only posthumously.
Your death or mine.
Whichever comes first. Have you considered Cotard syndrome? It's a rare delusional disorder in which a person believes he or she is dead.
Talking about the killer or me?
The killer. The inability to identify others is associated with Cotard syndrome. It's a misfiring in the areas of the brain which recognize faces, and also in the amygdala, which adds emotion to those recognitions. Even those closest to her could seem like imposters.
She reached out for help, someone she loved, someone she trusted. She felt betrayed, became violent.
She can't trust anything or anyone she once knew to be trustworthy. Her mental illness won't let her. Have you ever felt that way, Will?
In the shadows, darkness of my mind, skeletons get in line, and in my dreams they reside. Garrett Jacob Hobbs whispers in my ear. Living dead girls tell me their fears. Time melts and drips through my fingers as I lose touch. I'm doing what I need to, I won't give up.
When Georgia was 9, she shared dark thoughts. This daughter of mine was so distraught. Told me she was dead, that she may kill me. Something in her head, evolving maliciously.
If you could tell us what we need to know. Was she close with Beth LeBeau?
They were best friends who hadn't talked, not until their bloody end.
Can you tell me about her symptoms?
As she got older, they got worse.
Seizures and hallucinations, plaguing patients, psychotic depression could turn into aggression. What did her doctor say?
In the hospital she'd stay. Brain scans and blood tests, the results they were gray. My girl never got to rest. I tried to do my own research, picked up all this terminology too. I learned that when dealing with mental illness, it's rarely about finding solutions. It's about managing expectations. There's so little actually known about the brain.
I know you to be fond of rarity, a man and his value. What is it you see that's overriding your virtues?
Are you referring to Will Graham?
What is it about him causing you to light his brain on fire? You act on your whims. I want to know why you're so inspired.
A remarkably vivid imagination, beautiful, pure empathy. It terrifies him, his abilities.
How long will you let him twist and turn, thrashing in your fire until he burns?
He's my friend, I'll do what is necessary. We could take this chance to study.
Seizures and hallucinations, playing with fire, possible expectations. We're walking on a light wire.
Now that we've confirmed what it is, it'll be easier to hide from him. I lurk in his office, in the shadows lying in wait. Here he comes,
this doctor is dead,
walking into my trap. I push him into his chair. He's pale with the scare. Came here tonight for a bill, closing in on his Look at you, you're just in time. You're with me just where I need you. I came here alone. My cover won't be stumbled in. This will be grim.
Hannibal holds his hands to hers. Georgia Mansion takes the scissors.
One slice at a time. Tear your skin back. You try to fight, I don't recognize you. Forgive me, I'm trying to pull back your mask. Dr. Sutcliffe? Jack, I need you here, right now. Bring Beverly, Zeller, and Price. You'll see when you get here. Hurry.
You're clean. You couldn't have done this without getting something on you, and there's nothing on you.
I don't feel clean.
Died behind his desk.
That's all the way to his neck. In the shadows, way after hours, the weapon carries the same disease. We found on Beth LeBeau, she killed again, it seems so.
What connection does this guy even have with the first one?
Just me.
What do you remember?
I remember coming here, going into the MRI, getting out, and finding Dr. Sutcliffe's body.
Any confusion?
Not that I'm aware of.
If Georgia Matchin followed your tracks, why would she pull away his mask?
She can't see faces. Maybe she thought he was me.
Okay, while we're at it, why you?
I have a habit of collecting strays. I told her she was alive and okay, according to the profile that hadn't occurred to her in a while.
Later that night, Will Graham doesn't sleep. His dog's restless, he's running from dreams. At the same moment, they all turn their heads, barking at the living dead girl under his bed. Sensing her there, he startles awake. In an instant, but looks down afraid. The girl there doesn't dare move. Georgia looks back with something to prove.
I have to tell you that I don't feel alive.
I see you, Georgia. Think of who you are. It's midnight. You're in Wolf Trap, Virginia. Your name is Georgia Matchin. We're here together.
Will she recover?
She's being treated like a burn victim. Lost bone mass and fluid, there is risk of infection. Almost all sufferers of this delusion recover with treatment. In extreme cases like this one, electroconvulsive treatment. I'm more concerned about Will.
Thought you'd be more concerned about your friend, Dr. Sutcliffe.
I'm grieving Dr. Sutcliffe, but Will's very much alive. He's still desperate for an explanation that can make everything right again.
On that we can agree. I'm desperate for answers. I need to move forward. What about a memory?
I sincerely hope for her own sanity. She doesn't remember much, if anything.
You look like hell, Will.
Feel like hell. I think I might be coming down with something.
What we do can weaken your immune system if you let it. Keep this all in perspective. Keep yourself in perspective.
Myself is a little hazy at the moment.
Take care of yourself, Will. Let it all go. You take too much of this with you.
It's hard to shake off what's already under your skin. You look better.
Do I look alive?
You look pretty.
Sure, it's all the oxygen. They say I'm not responding to the meds they gave me. Me and most treatments disagree. You ever taken antipsychotics?
Never thought I needed to. Before.
Before when?
Before now.
They say what's wrong with you?
Didn't find anything but a fever. They're trying to find more. I trick myself into thinking I'm better.
You and most treatments will disagree. They'll spend ages looking, brain scans and blood tests, and if they ever let you rest, it'll be with the wrong diagnosis. They won't know what's wrong, just
that I'm not
right. I hope you have good insurance.
I hope I do too.
They're gonna give me shock treatment. Electroconvulsive therapy is what it's officially called, but shock treatment sounds nicer.
People that have what you have can recover with shock treatment.
I've been told countless times
To
that I'd
give
be
it
just
time,
fine,
but I don't know how. They're still guessing. They might never
just
know.
be the living dead girl. I don't want to remember what I did.
You know what you did.
But I can't remember doing it to me. It's all a dream, a nightmare that won't end, where I killed my best friend.
What else do you dream of?
Swinging the pendulum, someone she knew, waiting for her,
her recovery.
She doesn't want to recover, too afraid of what clarity will uncover.
I can't say I blame her unease. The embers of memory will burn her. That's a guarantee.
Shrouded in the dark, he sneaks past the threshold in his grip of calm. A traitorous gift, a primed-up death wish. And he slips away, from the shadows he goes. Cruelty of his mind leaves no evidence behind. It started with a spark as the fibers of old fall from a plastic comb. Up in the smoke lives the last of her hope, embers buried clay. In the shadows she dies, tears in her eyes, no one to hear her cries.
Hospital says a short circuit ignited the fire.
It's well maintained, no exposed wire.
Can't tell if she burned first or couldn't take her last breath. We can check her airways, retrace the steps of her death.
What an awful way to go.
Could she have started the fire?
Suicide?
She was facing 2 murder charges.
She wasn't suicidal, Jack. She was just sick and unnerved. I know I was here. I spoke to her.
Why did you speak to her?
Because I know what she felt like, living a half-dead life, caught in a dire circumstance, not even given a fighting chance. What happened was no accident. Georgia Madchen was murdered.
You make unreasonable jumps. How can you be so certain? And if you happen to be correct, who's behind her murder?
Whoever killed Dr. Sutcliffe.
She killed Dr. Sutcliffe.
All her life, this woman was misunderstood. What I can do is make sure her death isn't misunderstood. She didn't kill herself.
Look what I found.
A piece of plastic?
Those machines don't use plastic. What it created then was static.
It was found by her head, her hair melted with it
Like preserved amber.
A plastic comb?
A plastic comb. Checkmate.
Static charge from the comb would accelerate.
Lost everything possible to seal her fate.
The door's closed, answers posed, as she goes up in flames. You're holding the murder weapon. Whoever killed Sutcliffe wanted to kill him however Georgia Madchen killed her victim, but not exactly how.
Georgia tore back the mask of her face. Sutcliffe's jaw was ripped out of place.
She went further the second time. Serial killers often do.
Georgia Madchen was mimicked, her tactic blown out of proportion. We've seen it before. Cassie Boyle, Marissa Schurr. Echoes of how Hobbs would kill, the same determined skill. Hear me out, hold back your doubts.
Wait, now you're telling me Dr. Sutcliffe was killed by Garrett Jacob Hobbs' copycat?
So was Georgia Madchen, because he thinks she saw his face.
What happened to Nick Boyle being the copycat?
His death happened. It wasn't him, Jack.
Could this be more than a fever with you?
Through the grapevine, they cross the line. Through the grapevine,
I heard it through the grapevine. Will's connecting murders. They shouldn't be together, but he's doing it on purpose. I heard it with my own ears. He thinks she was innocent. George imagines dead, but Will's not feeling content.
I heard it through the grapevine. Will is scared of madness. He hopes it wasn't suicide so he can beat his darkness. I heard it with my own ears. He's feeling unstable. He's getting to a point where he'll fall off your saddle.
What is Will's relationship with Abigail Hobbs? He isn't asking questions of the way Nick Boyle's dropped.
What would you want him to ask?
The same things that I do.
He needs our support right now from both me and you. Whether or not mental illness is involved, he needs that at least.
Is it mental illness, or does his mind just work so differently we don't know what else to call it?
There are days when even Will doesn't understand his thinking.
Through the grapevine, no secrets lie. Through the grapevine.
Dr. DeMore, I'm presuming I'm Agent Crawford of the FBI. I have a feeling danger is looming. Can I ask about a patient of yours?
A court order, a curiosity. Is this an official inquiry?
No, so I'm avoiding ferocity to not harm names unnecessarily.
Whose reputation is at stake here?
The well-respected Dr. Lecter. I believe he's holding information on a new murder investigation.
So you think he's come to me with the truth because he hasn't confided in you?
I'm concerned about his relationship with Will Graham and what he does omit.
Hannibal speaks about Will Graham more like a friend than a patient.
How far would Dr. Lecter go to treat a friend?
He doesn't have many of them, so I suspect he would be loyal. I know he's concerned about Mr. Graham and very much wants to help him.
I consider Will a friend, and I want to help him too.
Seems to me Will Graham could use more friends like Hannibal Lecter.
Through the grapevine, there goes a crime. Through the grapevine. Jack Crawford came to see me about what he is perceiving. He doesn't trust you with Will Graham because your words started to clam.
He believes that Hobbs is involved with the parts that are unsolved and that Will is protecting her.
He thinks that you're trying to blur.
He needs my help. What can I do?
The lines have blurred and been pushed through.
All I've done is made a friend.
You can't function as an agent of friendship for a man disconnected from the concept. As a man disconnected from the concept.
I'm protecting Will from influence. He has flaws and intuitive beliefs about what makes him who he is. I'm trying to help him understand. I'm not comfortable telling Will my very best attempts to help him may fail, and that my loyalty to him and his treatment could be compromised.
Even the very best psychiatrists have an inherent limitation to their professional ability. You have to maintain boundaries.
When the pressures of my personal and professional relationships with Will grow too great, I assure you, I'll find a way to relieve them.
He's covered him to cover her. They revolve from what they were. She's covered him, she's lied again, 'cause he's got the truth from them. The truth, through the grapevine comes the proof. The truth, to dig it up would be pulling a tooth.
Agent Crawford, why are you here? For Abigail or Graham?
Where is she?
He snuck her out, he seemed to have a plan. He was acting all mysterious. I think he was delirious.
Where'd he take her? Where'd they go?
I told you I don't know, but I've always had suspicions about Graham. His personality's a sham. I think he's hiding something grand.
Tell me what the hell is going on between Will Grimm and that girl Hobbs.
I'm just as lost as you, though he's had concerning thoughts.
Are there thoughts that he has acted on?
Not that he's aware of. He's dissociating, a fractured state, confused when he wakes up.
Why didn't you tell me this?
I've only known a few sessions. I'm trying to determine if it's stress or mental illness.
The Hobbs case isn't solved till we know how she was involved. Does Will know what she did? Is he just cushioning her fall?
There's something you should hear.
How did you feel seeing Marissa Schurr impaled in his antler room?
Guilty.
Because you couldn't save her.
Because I felt like I killed her.
He claimed to be in his hotel room when Marissa Schurr was murdered. But when I knocked and knocked again, I got nothing, he didn't answer.
He was in Sutcliffe's office when he died, saw Georgia right before the fire.
Perhaps these killers have inspired him. He said he got so close to Garrett Jacob Hobbs, and all the things he'd done felt like he was becoming him.
And now Will Graham has Abigail,
who Hobbs wanted to kill.
We need to find him.
Our time is running thin.
The copycat knew about this place. He must have known your father.
You felt like you knew my father.
At least I tried. Had to understand him after he died.
Do you ever hunt?
I fish.
Same thing when you stalk and when you lure.
Were you more fisherman or hunter?
My dad taught me to hunt.
Were you more fisherman or hunter?
I was the lure. Did Hannibal tell you?
No, in fact he hid it.
Hannibal said that you would protect me. Hannibal said you'd keep my secret. There's something wrong with you. I think you're still sick.
Crawford was right. He knew you killed Nick. You helped your father kill those girls.
No, I didn't.
You just admitted you were the lure. Who killed Marissa?
You think I did it?
If not you, it was someone you knew.
What if that someone was you? You were there, you knew about this place. There's something wrong with you, what's with that look on your face? I don't know you anyway. Stay away, stay away.
I wake up out of breath. Another headache. I can't see. Tunnel vision. Hannibal, I need you here, now. I don't know what happened.
Will.
Me and Abigail, we went to Minnesota. We went to Minnesota, and she didn't come back.
Shut it.
Hannibal approaches the sink. Next to the drain, there it is so clear. He doesn't know what to think. Abigail Hobbs is severed ear.
When did you last see
There's mud on my feet. I walked in my sleep, but I don't even remember going to bed.
When did you last see Abigail, Will?
In her father's cabin yesterday, she told me she was afraid.
Why was she afraid?
What
did you see?
I saw myself killing her.
I know it wasn't real.
I know it wasn't real. I didn't do it.
Run from this.
I'm not a killer.
Worse.
It's you they have to arrest.
What are we going to find in Minnesota, Will?
I don't know.
Processing.
Right rear pocket.
Right rear pocket.
One leather wallet.
One leather wallet.
Containing
$17 cash.
Front left pocket. Key
Front
ring,
left
two
pocket.
keys,
Key
house
ring,
and
two-piece
car.
house and car. Front right pocket. Holding knife.
I can't stand the silent treatment. You're my friend, not a test subject, Will. Neither of us can pretend. There isn't blood under your nails, and you still don't know what's real. This is real. Do you know how it got there?
Not with certainty, no.
Certainty comes from the evidence. The last thing I want is your arrest. But everything here is startlingly clear. I wanna be certain about who you are. But you
I can't even be certain
yourself.
myself. I thought I would get better.
You were under too much pressure and you pushed yourself right over. Why did you lie about your health? How long did you think you could go on?
I wasn't lying.
You knew your state of mind. You could have walked away. Instead you chose to stay. And please you as I say. Interpret the evidence.
Interpret the evidence.
We have 4 fishing lures, all of them are yours. Well, Graham, can you explain why they're made from human remains?
We even have the DNA. The evidence is hard to deny.
First up, Cassie Boyle, bone fragments, pieces of lung. Then there's Marissa Schurr, antler velvet with nails and hair. Suckles, crushed teeth, and cartilage.
All victims of the copycat. You told us that before anyone you knew. Makes sense, it's you.
The last Trojan match in all the lore of hair and fiber. You chose to stay, and now please do as you say. Interpret the evidence. Interpret the evidence. Interpret the evidence.
According to the evidence, I killed Abigail Hobbs. Alana, please don't scream.
I wasn't going to, but maybe I should. Will, you can't be here. I won't harbor you, is that clear?
I just got a little confused. It's good to see the dogs, it's good to see you.
I don't care what you do, but you have to see a doctor, that's true. This disease is attacking the way you think. The doubt, the confusion, all of it is linked. But I know it can be treated If you just listen to me, it can all go away. These things that you are feeling.
If I don't find out who's doing this to me, they're gonna lock me away, that's a guarantee. They already think I did it. They'll keep misdiagnosing and eventually quit.
I don't know how to help you.
I'm not a killer.
Take my car. It's parked on the street, but please, Will, you've got to go to a hospital.
You think you're slick, playing that trick. It's the worst play in the book and I've read all of it. You gave them a signal, flashed your lights. They'll be waiting for me outside.
Wouldn't you be in cuffs if there was somebody out there?
No, because they know I could kill you before you got up those stairs. Goodbye, Alana.
Hello, Will. How are you feeling?
Self-aware.
You frightened Dr. Bloom.
And how do you compare?
I'm skeptical, and I'm willing to change my mind. It all depends on the evidence they find. I believe it's entirely possible, if not indisputable. You're unstable, and that is irrefutable.
If it was just her, I would have believed it. I got too far inside Hobbs's head.
But it wasn't just Abigail.
I know who I am.
Maybe right now, but not then. Your sense of self is distorted by illness. You may be here now, but you weren't always present.
Someone is framing me, I know that is a fact.
Let's consider how you could have done it and disprove that. If you are this killer, that identity runs through your veins like a thread through pearls. Picture this person inside your head, the person who killed all those girls. Cassie Boyle was the first. You said she was gift-wrapped.
Told me everything I needed, made Hobbs easy to catch.
You'd seen Hobbs's victims. You knew how he killed. Just another piece of the understanding you built.
I know I didn't kill her.
How do you know?
What did you think when you met Marissa Schurr? She was the spitting image of your golden ticket girl.
She was the perfect target. How could I resist?
Now you see how this killer could possibly exist. Dr. Sutcliffe wasn't killed the same way as the others. He was murdered the way you imagined 2 days before.
Georgia said she dreamt of me but couldn't see my face. And then she was murdered, all the pieces fit in place.
You catch these killers by getting into their heads. But when you let them into yours, people end up dead. I'm trying to help you if you will let me.
Take me back to Minnesota. I wanna see the crime scene.
It's as if she were destined to die in this kitchen.
Just like Hobbs, on her neck he made an incision. They still haven't found her body yet.
If you honored every part of her, that here is all we'll get. You didn't come here looking for a killer, did you? You came to find yourself, you killed a man in this room.
Hobbs was just a dark swarm of flies. The bullets made them scatter right before my eyes.
If you followed the urges you kept down for so long, cultivated them as the inspirations they are, you've become someone other than yourself.
I know who I am. I'm not so sure I know who you are anymore. But I am certain one of us killed Abigail.
Are you a killer, Will? You
this man in front of me, is this who you really are?
You were the man on the phone that day. You were the one that sealed that family's fate. You kept Abigail's secrets until she found out yours, and then she was killed.
You said it felt good to kill Garrett Jacob Hobbs. Well, would it feel good to kill me now?
Garrett Jacob Hobbs was a murderer. Are you a murderer, Dr. Lecter?
What reason would I have?
There's no traceable motive, that's why you're hard to see. You're just curious what I do, someone who thinks like me. Wind him up and watch him go. Well, this is how I...
Hello, Will.
Dr. Lecter. I'm standing here in a prison cell, living my personal hell.
You got what you deserved. For what you did, you're so disturbed.
You should be in here, no, not me.
The FBI does not agree. Didn't come here looking for a fight.
Come a little closer, unlike you. I don't bite.
Cat met the mouse, and he broke into
my
his
house. Planted all this evidence so you could frame me.
When the mouse met the cat,
you fell right into my trap.
Fell for all your dirty tricks, 'cause I'm an expert.